Happy Sunday, them jeans. What's really good with you, bro?
Chris, always for the ladies, happy Side Chick Sunday to all of those who celebrate.
What were they saying about like men having their own what was it called? Because there's galentines for the ladies, but then men were fellatines. Is that what it was?
I think it's felentines, perhaps. Felentines.
Valentines mean you did a bid. That does not mean the guys get together to have some cold ones. That doesn't really work the same way. It doesn't roll.
Okay, when they do a bid, you mean the fellas get together to all boof each other their fifis?
I just mean there's only if you're gonna go to Valentine's Day, you have to have done. You can't do that unless you've been to prison. Is what I'm saying. That's prison graduates.
Say more
only.
about that. Say more about that, my brother.
I just mean if felons in the title, it just seems crazy.
Oh no, fellas, Fellas.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Fellas, time. It still doesn't work that well. Honestly, it doesn't really flow, but that makes a little more sense.
Dude, Valentines, you are onto something. That's a real kind of mugshot shouties collab project.
Valentine's, yeah. I mean, the hot felon could host. You know what I mean? He could get $5K for the hosting. I could see this happening in Atlanta.
Do you have felon kink?
Not personally.
No.
Not personally. Valentine's in Atlanta is a DL party on Valentine's Day. That's what it is. First and foremost.
Okay, fellas times. It has like I guess if we have the Galentines and we have the Felentines, then is this like a situation where like we will do anything in the world except hang out with the person that we've chosen to spend the rest of our lives with? Is that what's going on?
Well, I think these
or is this for people who do not have relation?
Yeah. Okay. I think it's for people who are unfortunately not coupled up during this difficult. But I was out last night and it was fucking packed out there, man. I tell you what, I thought the like buying a couple roses and taking your chick out on the actual day, I thought that was sort of over. I just thought people knew to wait a day or go a day before, so you don't have an obnoxious prefix menu. But I guess maybe that's not the case. I think it's a great holiday to celebrate. You just don't have to do it on the day. You know what I mean?
Well,
I always, you know me, Jason. I always do Christmas on the 26th.
Of course,
I'm not getting caught up in all that mess.
No, we're not talking about baby mama Christmas. There's side chick Sundays February 15, and then there's baby mama Christmas, which is Boxing Day in Europe and parts of Canada as well, and that's when you spend Christmas with your unchosen family. Is that what we'll call it?
This is your chosen family? Hell no, brother. No. Yeah, unchosen
your
family.
Chick didn't choose me.
Unchosen family. Oh, God.
I've decided to celebrate this year with my unchosen family, the family that I have to hang out with legally.
Great way to describe parent if you don't like your parents. This is my unchosen family. I can see it. I can see it now. I can see that.
Oh, that's good. That's very... We don't say suicide, you guys. We say unalived, and we don't say XYZ. We say
there's always another. There's always a new word. There's always a new word to replace a word that does the job just fine. There's always somebody innovating in that space.
Did the job just fine for so long.
Yeah,
we're going to innovate ourselves to death, aren't we?
Oh.
Yeah, so what did you do for Valentine's Day?
Nothing. I mean, Alex had to work, so it wasn't really a big. We're gonna do something tonight, but I mean,
What'd you do on Valentine's Day?
Nothing. I mean, I went to the Kate show. Was at 7 p.m. on Valentine's Day, which I really appreciate. That big F
That's
you.
a nice touch.
Big F you.
Good little activity.
Did that and then came straight home. I was able to have a cinnamon roll from Frenchette waiting on Alex when she got from work, which is one of her personal favorite sweet treats, which I have to highly recommend. Everything from that. It's the one Frenchette place that is amazing. Is the bakery. It's so good. Everything is so good. It's pretty.
You're talking about the little one that's over in the little hallway in Tribeca?
It's in the office. Yeah.
It's like a little kiosky window.
Yeah.
And you feel like you're going to court.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's the best.
Is that the Frenchette where you feel like you're going to court?
It's the Frenchette that doesn't have a fucking weird sausage with sauce on it for 36. It's just
You're lucky you're getting out of there for 36 with the sausage, brother, man.
Sausage prices are crazy right now, but that's it really. And then, I mean, I think that if you're still participating on the 14th, that just feels like a fool's errand unless your chick has got gun to head. You know, that just it really does feel like it feels like diminishing returns. That's all. You can just celebrate a different way is all.
I was we're up in Santa Barbara right now doing a last minute getaway bop up, but ran into a friend who owns some restaurants, and he was saying like, weird to see you guys out. I figured, you know, the only people that are people like you who are going out on Valentine's Day is because you fucked up somehow, and you're like it's Doghouse Tuesdays at Applebee's because like no, let's go. No, we should go.
No, we should totally go.
No,
we should totally go. No, if you want to go, it's fine. We can go. It's cool. If you want to go, I'm happy to go.
Whatever you want.
No, I mean it is one of it is true that it was invented by Hallmark, correct? Or is that just a vicious rumor? I feel like that. I feel like there's a lot of truth to that. It feels real, but I don't have confirmation. I
think it may have been invented by R&B's Tank.
Oh,
he's such a romantic.
Yeah, he's a romantic. Yeah, he's a romantic. One of my favorite singers, Tank.
It was invented by Trey Songz, the ghost of Trey Songz.
I love Trigger Trey. Now Trigger Trey is alive and well. Don't do that to my man. He's doing 100 push-ups before he goes on stage right now somewhere in Jakarta. Trying to get that, trying to get a little check.
Well, I thought he was in jail getting stabbed.
Why? Because he stole your bitch? No. Trigger Trey is out, bro. Don't do that.
Okay. Sorry. I was getting Trey Songz confused with Tory Lanez. My bad.
Tory Lanez. Well, it's because you've been reading DJ Vlad's post about how Rock Nation.
That's right.
You know, and that is obviously I don't. It's so cool because I don't think people realize that he's obviously joking. Like he's obviously basically saying everything that everyone's ever said to him in one post, as if it were true.
You think he's obviously joking about all of this?
I mean, pull it up.
Okay, DJ Vlad, who's like a.
I mean, if you don't know who DJ Vlad is, you can turn this off right now.
I'm explaining who this person is to the hot people who listen to our podcast. Okay,
no.
All the uglies, you already know who DJ Vlad is. I have a confession. Rock Nation has been paying me to support Megan Thee Stallion, I'm assuming. They also paid off all the jury members to convict Tory. They bribed the judge too. Jay-Z did a verse for his grandson's new album. They paid off.
Come on. That's obviously a joke. That's Jay-Z doing a verse for a grandson's album to get something. Come on.
I don't know anything about DJ Vlad except everyone seems to hate him. He's like a white academics of some sort, but
he's not white. He's not.
What
white,
is he?
But yes,
he looks like Rabbi Shmuley in the fucking photo.
I don't know who that is. But
come on, bro.
I really don't know who that is.
DJ, isn't he like Russian? He looks kind of like a Russian Jew. DJ Vlad,
Ukrainian American.
Okay. Hey, close call. Okay, they paid off Megan's doctors to lie about the bullet fragments. She was never shot. The LA police are on Jay-Z's payroll. It doesn't stop with LA, but you're not ready to hear that part.
I can't. There's too much of this.
We're halfway through. The Mexican guy who stabbed Tory in jail, who do you think paid him to do that? You already know the answer. The 3 Supreme Court judges who denied Tory's appeal, all paid off by the Rock Mafia. Jay-Z also paid Donald Trump not to pardon Tory. Even though it's a state case, he can only pardon federal cases, blah, 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 blah. Even though Jay was not taking any chances because knowing Trump, he likes to bend the rules. I can't keep these lies a secret anymore. If this is my last tweet, you know who silenced me. So if you're saying this is obviously a joke, I just didn't know that Vlad was, because if this is a joke, this is sort of like stone-faced, pure deadpan satire on a high level.
No, look, he may be being.
There's no winking at all.
Maybe he's being serious. It's a joke to me.
And this tweet has 7.3 million views.
Well, of course, of course it does. But that's like, I mean, some of this is. I just don't think Jay-Z did a verse for a judge's grandson. That honestly, that's the one that I believe the least of this.
That seems like the one that feels very easily researchable.
Yeah, that's
where like you can verify the authenticity of these statements pretty quickly by checking that one fact, I guess.
I mean, Vlad is a real shit star. I mean, he's it's the same shit. It's just like dumbasses talking to the camera. But Vlad does some dramatic interview, 60 Minutes style in his mind, more than big act and his little legs.
Yes.
But we should talk about
we have a very important sit down. We have a 4-part sit down series expose with Plaque Boy Max.
Yeah, that he wishes he could get Plaque Boy Max. Okay. We should talk about J. Cole though, because I think that J. Cole driving around in a Honda Civic and selling CDs is one of the worst. Why does he want to pretend that he's poor so bad? Like, what do you think this is? Because he said this is his last album, thank God. But he's driving around in a Honda Civic like it's back in the day, and he's selling his mixtape out of the trunk when he's a, I don't know, probably 100 millionaire. Depending on the day of the week.
You already know J. Cole World is responsible with his money. He's not blowing it on mink coats and steak bets.
No, he would never do that. So I'm just wondering what
steak the app, not the food.
Like, it's cool that people are falling for it though. It's shocking to me how dumb it is, but people seem to be showing up. He's playing basketball with strangers. Do you think he has security with him, or do you think he's such?
I think he's got one or
lo-fi beats to study to. It's all good because the fans.
I think he's got a couple OGs. Okay, so I'm assuming Cole keeps his circle small. You feel me? So you already know, small circle, no chicks, no checks.
There are no chicks. There are no chicks around.
Cole World, small circle, no hoes.
You go to a J. Cole show, the only women that are there are there to twist his locks. They are not there to. They're working. It's crazy. I just don't understand.
Do you think the bartenders and the lock twisters ever link up? I digress. Okay, so what I think is going on is many artists, once they reach sort of the end of their career, whether they have chosen the ending line or the world has chosen it for them.
To be clear, he's bigger than he ever has been. He did 300,000 first week of this album, which is in this day and age, that's huge. Mm-hmm. Huge.
And he independent. He's doing it without Rock Mafia, or maybe he is. I have no idea. But all that is to say, not a guy who gets like a ton of radio play and club play. It's just like it's the heads really loving and supporting. But I think whenever you reach that end of your career and you're like, my life is crazy. You look back on it like, damn, like what is this? And then you start thinking about, I want to go back to the OG time, and bands and artists and actors and everyone will do this of like, I lost my mojo, I lost my inspo, I lost myself. I have to get back to the original thing. I'm going to buy my old Honda Civic back that I used to drive around, I'm sure Drake is going to start doing this eventually as well. Like,
I want to be clear. J. Cole did put some new 15, some Rockford, some subs in there though. He didn't leave it. He didn't keep it stock.
I'm getting reports that he also may have modified the suspension for a smoother ride.
But since he's going from state to state, it is a longer journey.
You cannot quote me on that. Please do not quote me on that. But yes, and I also heard there are rumors trickling in that he upgraded the Apple CarPlay with the aftermarket
he absolutely has Apple CarPlay. There's no way.
It pains me to say this. So I think he's like, okay, I need to go back to what it felt like when I was happy.
Sure.
And like on the cut, what's the Don Draper line? You only like the beginning of things. He wants to go back to the beginning when it was cool and fun and exciting and hopeful, and not when you have $100 million and everyone in the world constantly makes fun of you.
I mean, he is.
You know what I mean?
But I mean, I guess, I of course I know. I mean, I just think that the issue is that will never work for anyone. There's absolutely no way to replicate the feeling of being on the verge of massive success once you've reached massive success. There's no way.
There has to be a situation where someone has done it, right?
No, it's impossible. How could you? That's why everybody's first record is usually their best, because it's their life's work and it's everything was poured into it. And then after that,
I spent my entire life writing my first book and I spent 9 months writing my second type shit.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. I just don't think this is. Well, this isn't even about music though. This is like performative marketing. That's what's even more confusing about it. It's not like he did this. He went and like lived in a basement to get back in the zone to make this music. Mm-hmm. He's just doing this to sell the music, which feels a little bit more disingenuous than being like, I'm going to go back to my parents' house to try to recapture the feeling so I can write music or whatever. Mm-hmm. This feels strictly like a marketing tool.
We're going back to Ian MacKay's porch.
Exactly.
And we're going to, because these walls have magic in them or whatever. Or
exactly.
Green Day is going to go back to Gilman Street for a freaking live show brought to you by Salesforce, or all that stuff.
You saw that Jimmy Eat World was playing at a Taco Bell, I think.
Exactly. They're going back to their little fat ass roots, back to when they had the little cinnamon twisters on deck.
Jimmy Eat World, you guys got some slaps. That is one of the ugliest posters I've ever seen in my entire life for that tour.
Yeah, if you can,
unbelievable.
You should look up I saw it on Twitter. It's a Jimmy Eat World tour poster, and it's meant to look like a 50s or 60s cigarette dispensing machine that you'd see at the the drive-in or the sock hop or something. And it's so bad that AI couldn't have done it, is the only way I can put it. And I'm sure whoever made it is listening to this podcast right now, and I am sorry.
Who's going on that tour? But that tour is pretty stacked if you're a certain age and of a certain...
I think some dates they're headlining, some dates they're opening for Motion City Soundtrack.
No, they are not opening. They are not opening for that fucking shit band. No,
I don't know. I don't know this world.
I got beef. You know, I have beef with Motion City Soundtrack. They don't know it, but
I know that they're playing shows with Motion City Soundtrack.
Yes, yeah. I mean, look.
So you're saying MCS is opening
definitely
for that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. MCS. I want to be MCS. We did some show when I was working with Cartel. We did some shows with MCS, and they told their agent afterwards that they couldn't tour with Cartel because we quote unquote partied too much.
Okay.
And I was like, you absolute pussies. What is the point of this? We are on Warped Tour, for Christ's sake.
How you in Motion City, but you ain't got no motion?
No motion. Exactly. There's zero motion. They have a couple slaps, though. I'm going to be honest with you. But this tour, they got a couple. Good ones.
There's some really special lineups. Okay, so for some of the dates,
this is good.
Get Up Kids, Sunny Day, and Jimmy Eat World, like that. That's
good.
Like emo. That's emo Mount Rushmore shit. That's shitting on Hey Mercedes and Thrice in Philly. You know, shouts goes out to you guys over there. But and then unfortunately, many of the dates in the Pacific Northwest are with Motion City Soundtrack and a band called the Illuminati Hotties.
People really like that band. I've never heard them, but who is Jay Som? Can you help me out with that? Because he feels like that feels like not a rock artist.
I don't know who that is. It sounds
you don't know who Jay? That seems like some shit.
I've heard the name. I've heard the name, but I don't.
I know you got a white.
I know
you got a white label from Turntable Lab somewhere. That's what it sounds like to me. Oh no, it's not at all. Okay, hold on.
I know a lot of Psalms.
Jay Som is a stage name for Melina May Cortez Duterte. American singer-songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, producer, and mixing engineer. Initially, okay. This is actually this on polyvinyl. I'm gonna check this shit out.
Well.
I honestly thought Jay Som the whole time was some fucking lo-fi beats to not to say it again, but some lo-fi beats to study to type shit.
Okay, see what happens when you assume.
People also search for Jim Atkins, Haley Williams, Lucy Dacus, Phoebe Bridgers. So maybe I would like this.
There's some black bait right here, but the real heads are gonna go to the Texas shows. Sparta and Minus the Bear. Ooh.
Bro, get the fuck out of here. This is I would honestly, if I was a little Chicago at the Huntington Bank Pavilion at Northerly Island.
That's a mouthful.
Venue. We got Sunny Day Real Estate Get Up Kids. Sunny Day Real Estate Get Up Kids. Jimmy World is a goated lineup. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Try and beat it. Okay, we can't talk about this anymore. We're scaring the hose. I can't say Hot Mulligan out loud.
No, you can't. That's what's fine. Wow. What scares the hose more, Jimmy Eat World or J. Cole? Great question.
Oh,
great question.
I mean, definitely J. Cole, because I found out about Jimmy Eat World because of Hose.
That's true. That's true. They're one of the great crossover.
Listening to the first Jimmy on the way to Disneyland.
It's tough because when I hear Jimmy, I think of John,
the sandwich artist.
Who's your top Jimmy?
Jimmy Stewart.
Okay.
Jimmy Stewart.
See, I hear Jimmy John. You hear Jimmy Stewart. There's Jimmy Eat World. There's friend of the show Jimmy Stack.
Yeah.
Are there other Jimmys that come to mind? Jimmy Jolliffe.
Jimmy Jolliffe. Yes.
I'm thinking of all the Jimmys. I don't really know. My Uncle Jimmy, of course, famously kicked by a horse, lived to tell the tale.
Do you know where your Uncle Jimmy, the good brother Uncle Jimmy Black, got kicked by a horse? What part of his body?
I didn't tell you this story. He told we were at the family.
Maybe it sounds roughly familiar.
We were at this family reunion, and he was like, he's wearing an Apple Watch, and he was bitching about it. And he's like in his 80s. He's like, yeah, my fucking grandkids made me get this stupid ass watch because they have to keep track of me because I got kicked by a horse. And it like it like alerted alerted people because he got kicked by the horse because he was like down for so long.
Okay.
And he was complaining about it.
I know that people that old hoes stay winning with the Apple Watch because it's the new version of like the LifeLock where
Yes, that's what
if you take a tumble, it has haptic technology that knows when you took a tumble and it can alert your loved ones. So does that mean that I'm just assuming your Uncle Jimmy, whenever he got kicked by a horse, this happened sometime, in Dwight Eisenhower era. Like this
this happened in the last year, 2 years, 3 at the minimum.
I'm sorry for laughing at a 80-year-old person getting kicked by a horse, but
he's fine. I mean, he's always had horses.
To me, I guess that's my problem for assuming that this is a bygone.
No.
A bygone situation to have yourself
he's
in.
more of a I got a farm horses. He's not more like a Mary Kate and Ashley show jumping horses kind of guy. Okay. So I think he's out there.
I didn't think your Uncle Jimmy was hanging out with Prince Andrew and the Queen over at
it sounded like you were trying to put him in the files, and I just want to be clear that no members of the Black family are in the files.
No. I think he went out. He heard a rooster crowing, and he brought his moonshine jug out and see what the tussle is down in the barn, and he bent over and spooked old what's a good horse name for Uncle Jimmy?
I don't know any horses.
He spooked old Petunia. And wouldn't you know if she just reared back and kicked him right in the keister, fell down.
But he's fine. He lived through. I just love that's the best reason for not liking an Apple Watch is that you don't want anybody to keep track of you just in case you get hurt.
Got this gay ass watch, my gay ass kids telling me I gotta wear this.
That's literally the vibe. That was literally the vibe.
He's got he's got like the white plastic band on it.
Because I feel like we grew up going to his house pretty often, but I don't remember him being like a watch. I don't think he had like the Rolex or anything. So I feel like this was also a whole new.
No, this is actually the Grand Psycho. I got
this might have been I'm just saying this might be his first watch or his first watch in a long time, which imagine what that would be like.
He was born before World War II, and this is his first watch.
I mean, I wish I imagine it's like getting out of jail and getting a cell phone. You've been in jail for 30 years, you don't realize what's happening.
Like I'm seeing a little bit of rapper Max B on Twitter, where he's had, since he's been in jail for whatever it is, 15 years or something, his tweets are just like, damn, this is like this now.
Yeah, it's funny. I
mean, like, y'all white people be celebrating Valentine's Day than a motherfucker.
It's every single
Max B. Things have changed.
Every single thing is like that. But 15 years is a long time.
He's like, did you know there was a flood in Hurricane Katrina? Did you see this?
I was going to ask you because people are I'm seeing online that besides the Epstein files and Clavicular, the only other thing I'm seeing is sort of there's sort of I feel like the tides are turning on Wheezy F Baby, Lil Wayne, your favorite rapper. I feel like people are saying, yeah, he's good, but like he ain't ever say shit, basically, which is not an issue for me personally, but have you seen this line of thinking?
He ain't ever say shit as in he's a great rapper, but like
it's not aging well because the lyrical content is so stupid.
Okay. Aging well is obviously in the eye of the beholder, and like honestly, what rap lyrics really do age well, except for like old head stuff? Because I don't think rap is meant to age well. I love how present it is, and how of the times it is, and how ephemeral it is.
I think that's a fair. I'm surprised that people are saying. I mean, I guess it's because he also had that stupid tweet after the Grammys. It was like, I got to work harder. Like they're not. It's like, bro, you haven't put out a good album in 15 years. I think it's kind of like your Grammy era might be a rap.
Yeah, I mean, it's a rap for him. He obviously has smoked himself quite stupid, back and forth 1,000 times over. But he has a lot of money. He's a 45-year-old, 4'11" dude.
I feel like he might not have a lot of money.
I think he's doing okay. I think he's doing just fine.
I mean, he sold the catalog, so he's doing okay, but imagine what Wayne's overhead is, bro.
Yeah, but he does, like, I don't know if he has a lot of kids. Like, I think he kind of keeps his head down. He just smokes weed and wears free clothes that are the ugliest shit you ever seen. He's probably got a nice little, like, $8 million house somewhere in Florida. He's probably living large. All he wants to do is watch SportsCenter. He's chilling, and he does not need to rap anymore. Like I said, it's a young person's game, and it should stay that way.
He's only got 4 kids. He only has 4 kids.
It's not bad.
He only has 4 kids, which is
for a person of his age. Stephon Diggs had 6 kids last year with 5 different women. Wayne is twice his age.
Leave Diggs out of this, bro. Diggs is having a hard time.
That's
man.
fine. That's fine.
He's he got. Didn't he get dropped? Did he get dropped by the Patriots?
I don't know.
Too? It's tough out here for him.
Don't get caught up messing with Cardi.
Don't get caught.
So
caught up.
An update coming in. An update on your DJ Vlad scenario. DJ Academics has chimed in 30 minutes ago. He's going to go live at 2 p.m. It's about time the truth is revealed. Okay. I'm telling everything I know about all these industry secrets.
This is what I'm saying.
Academics, I have one question for you. Is that 2 p.m. Eastern or is it Pacific?
This is my whole point. That this is what I was saying about the Epstein stuff. This is what's starting. This is already. Do you see? Remember when I said everybody's gonna think everything is conspiracy theory? This is part of. I mean, this has been going on for a long time. But this is. I think the chatter is heating up because it's now we're in
hot chatter.
We're in the season of this. This is the new thing that people care about now. Everything has to be. Everything has to be Pam Bondi.
So you're saying it's conspiracy season spelled with no vowels?
I just think that this is what I said was going to happen, and not that Vlad academics haven't been doing this for 10 years, but it's just it feels like an upward trend. Is all I'm saying. It feels like a trend.
It feels like a trend in that these guys report on news going on with these celebs and rappers and whatever, and then when that sort of runs out, or all the people they're talking about go into secrecy, and everyone is living their weird post-COVID private life, they have to start creating beef drama with their compatriots. Adam 22 has to box academics, and they have to. So now it's turning into like Chinese microdrama, but Twitter hip hop beef.
If I have to hear, dude, I fucking all right. I hear about microdrama. I see it on my podcast thing from Bellany. Then I'm at the gym on the treadmill. I look up and like New York One's doing. I'm like, who is doing PR for microdramas? This is insane. It was on the news. It was on, and I'm like, this is just TikTok videos with a plot. This isn't like I don't understand what there is to unpack, really.
This is Quibi without the union fees.
Yeah, I just don't really get. It's like, yeah, okay, every episode's 90 seconds, and there's like 100 episodes, and it makes. I was just like, okay,
it's just a new format of a soap operas.
No, I get that, but I thought there was going to be something. I thought there was going to be some insane financial figures at the end. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, this shit you wouldn't even, and it's sort of like, yeah, it's good.
No, I think the insane figure is how cheap it is to make, and how like the profit margin. It's kind of like penny stocks of the entertainment industry. It's just like very similar to DJ Vlad and DJ Academics saying like, "Yo, it's time to reveal the truth. We're going, blah." It's the equivalent of realizing that if you scrape the resin out of your bong, you can get a little high off of it. It's the equivalent of like, oh, if we short this random thing, then maybe we can make, $17 on it or whatever. It's sort of the scraping the resin bowl of culture.
Yeah, but they're really it's being pushed in a way that feels like they really want it to be the future in some regard, and I don't think that is going to happen.
I don't know if anyone wants it to be the future, but it feels like in a world where there's nothing going on and there's no clear way out, it's at least something you can do to have some sort of profit. And I think they're projecting that as our phone use gets more addictive and our attention span gets more eviscerated by all of this, this is going to be not the new standard that replaces long form film, but it's going to be something that sits alongside it. And if you don't start making money off of it now, then, it's just another little revenue stream that you're leaving on the table. And I think the sad part is that these people that are doing it, it's like on the Bellany episode, like the actors are getting like $500 a day. I mean, for working like 12-hour days on these things that get millions of views, and it's kind of like,
oh, here we go again. Once again, don't do it if you don't want to get paid that much. Why does this if you don't want to get paid $500 for doing a microdrama for 12 hours, then don't do that.
No, well, the issue is we've got all these actors that want to be famous and they're willing to do anything, but then what if the thing that you're willing to do becomes the standard and nothing else? Like, if we no longer need the Tom Hankses and the Scarlett Johanssons and our true movie stars to move films, if it doesn't matter because the budget for this film was $2,500, and if we make $5,000, then we've doubled our profit, even though we only made $5,000. then we don't need. If we just do a billion micro dramas, then we no longer need it. If everyone will just work for free,
we got to get realistic. We got to get realistic. Like we got to get realistic. This is not going to be a thing. This is internet content.
I
that
don't
has
want
been
it to be a
rebranded.
thing. I've never watched a micro drama.
Somebody has rebranded this, and it does okay. And now, because of the press cycle, it's made to be a thing, and it's not a thing. It's like every time the Winter Olympics comes around, everybody.
Oh, talk your shit, Chris.
Everybody gets into their. Have you seen curling? It's so crazy. It's like a guy that works at the tire store. It's fucking crazy. Curling? Have you seen it?
I just watched luge, and I'm pretty sure I could just lay down on the sled too.
I swear to God, if I hear one more person talk about curling, it's like it's stupid. It's not entertaining. You can't like that.
Curling has been a random funny thing since we've been alive, and
That's
every
what
4 years.
That's what I mean.
You know, but also just like everything else, you know. Bell Bottoms or J. Cole, there's a sucker born every day, and every 4 years there's a new group of people who are like, how is this a sport?
It's making me crazy. Did you watch Love Story yet? The JFK Jr. Carolyn Bessette?
No, I didn't know it was out yet.
Yeah, it's out.
I'm too busy being the GOAT.
Yeah, that's what you're doing. It's it's fine. They look good.
Is it scratch an itch? It did it okay?
I mean, I think it does for some people. I don't really understand. I think it's getting billed as like a Ryan Murphy thing, which it sort of is, but I think he's just the executive producer. Like, I don't think he wrote it or directed it. I think he's just the executive producer, which is
okay. It doesn't have the Murphy stink on it.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, but it's like it's not that bad. It's just sort of like it's the first episode's pretty good, and then it kind of got. But I think also JFK Jr., as hot as he was and as cool as he was, he might have been a little bit of a dum-dum, you know. And I think that
a handsome waspy person that was put into political power is a dum-dum.
I mean, if political power is having a magazine, yes. I mean, I think that the reality of it. I think you don't want to hear him talk, and that's the problem with the show. The images are so amazing and so good that if we left it at
it's a boner killer. Don't open your mouth, hottie.
Well, in the first episode, they they meet each other at this gala, and it's sort of like they're really like kind of negging each other. They're like really going back and forth, like flirting, and it's just like I don't think people really talk like this. You know, it's like that kind of thing, but. I think it'll be quite popular. I mean, people.
Nice shoes, bitch.
It's almost that. It's not that bad, but it is that kind of like she's trying to neg him for being JFK Jr., which is sort of like, yeah, okay. And he's like dating Daryl Hannah. It's this whole, but I don't know.
Did they have like the waspy New England accents?
Well, she's not that. He has no.
Right.
I mean, the woman who plays Jackie.
I guess he was a little more Manhattan than New England, but I just want all the Kennedys to have a little bit of that twang, right?
Who plays?
I guess RFK doesn't really have that twang. He's got a whole other kind of. twang.
Naomi Watts. Naomi Watts plays Jackie Kennedy, and she definitely has the. I saw Naomi Watts was there last night. She's looking good.
Well, she's a master actor. So she can do it.
She is a master actor. But I think that's the thing. I think they got people they wouldn't have normally gotten for a show like this because of the subject matter. It's like people have been trying, I'm sure this has been floating around in some regard or version for years and years.
We've been trying to get this thing across the line. And it's a shame that only Murphy can do it nowadays, huh?
I mean, I don't.
It's very cash rules everything around me.
Yeah, but like whatever. Everything's bad. Who cares? I don't know. It's like it's on TV. I'd rather watch Love is Blind when they're in Ohio. That's more entertaining. I feel like we have to talk about. I don't want to do this, but I feel like we have to talk about Clavi because it's unfortunately what people want, and I feel like what the streets is talking about.
Well, before we talk about it, let's talk about why the streets want it so much. Like, why did last episode we say we're never going to Clav again, and then yet here we are. We keep crawling back.
I mean, it's
to the bucket for a few more licks of the slappa.
What I think it's funny is that people are mad about the New York Times story, like platforming him. I'm like, dude, I don't know if you read this, but it's not like it's not some glowing glaze of this guy. It's just like a reported story about an idiot.
Yeah. So what's worse, people having these thoughts, or people saying, "How dare you platform this Nazi monster?" without reading the story, or like what's worse, them not reading the story or them reading the story and not being able to understand that it is not a glaze-a-thon?
I think you got to read the story. I mean, I just think it's like, I think the guy is pretty, I mean, obviously the extreme levels that he's willing to go to do things and talking so openly about drug use is interesting, you know? But
I'm interested.
He's dumb as a fucking rock. It's like, it's just not that, like, he's not going to say anything that's going to, like, what he does is shocking, and that's why people are paying attention. What he says is not important because he has nothing to say.
Oh, okay. So he's just kind of like this vessel, you know, a skin suit roaming around the world, saying awful things, but people don't even. It doesn't register. He's so unhuman and like synthetic that whenever he's saying these awful, crazy things, it doesn't like register with us.
But he's not even. No. He's not even. He's saying nothing. He just says like Nazi. You know what I mean? He doesn't say. He's not like. He can't produce like a thought.
Right.
He just sort of is like, yeah, I maxed this, or you know, it's like there's no, it's all weird slang words strung together by like a brain dead 22-year-old, which is, you know, what would you expect? But I guess,
but yeah, that's how everyone talks. So younger people are like, oh, this guy talks how we actually talk. He's our representative. He's our real, you know, he's our Joe Rogan or whatever. And then older people are just like, what in the, you just can't turn away like a car accident of like, what is the world that we are living in now because this guy is Clav maxing.
He's definitely gonna die soon though. He's definitely gonna die soon. A classic prediction.
You know what? It kind of reminds me of when Pete Davidson really first started blowing up. And everyone was like, when he was on his generational run of
tail
pulling some of the most beautiful women of all time, and while he was doing that every week on SNL, he had this recurring video, like a "Please Don't Destroy Me" kind of video, where he was like this guy that would just say like, "Okay,
yeah,
nice,
yeah."
And like
yes,
so he played like this like brain dead dumb guy who would just say these one word things, and I think it was almost like he was showing the world like, here's how I operate through the world. Somebody says titties and I say nice, and then, you know, whatever, then that's about it, and here I am pulling.
But I don't think that's,
you know, 10 after 10 after 10. I've for some reason it reminds me of that, of like, what is it, we want to figure out what it is about you that people find so irresistible.
Well, Pete Davidson is not dumb. He's like actually pretty funny. I think that was like,
that's the trick.
Well, I think people were mad because they didn't think he was good looking enough to be fucking Kim Kardashian, which is obviously, that's in the eye of the beholder. This guy has no redeeming qualities at all and is just sort of like, he's hitting his face with a hammer. You know what I mean? Like, think about what we're actually, like, that is pretty.
But I guess maybe a better comp would be the rise of 6ix9ine.
I would say 6ix9ine brought more to the table.
He definitely brought, yeah, I mean, he had a generational run of 3 or 4 undeniable crazy
smashes.
Bangers.
But that's what I'm trying to say.
But everyone was like, look at this fucking freak. He goes through the world acting awful. You know, he's taking a page out of the Andrew Tate book and lists, and he's like but he was this thing that people just wanted to look at as a spectacle.
But this is the problem. This is what you keep. Your 2 examples are 2 guys that did something. That's the whole problem with this, is that Clavicular doesn't do anything.
Well, I think that the thing that he does is be as good looking as possible and doesn't hide the fact that he's doing whatever he can to try and be the most good and he is a good looking guy who has a good body, and he's doing whatever he can. So he's kind of like a Brian Johnson human experiment. The only goal in his life is to make himself look as good as possible. And I guess that's like really high art.
I mean, to somebody, I just don't, I think that like we used to, at least you could be pretty bad and do dumb shit, but if you had undeniable skill, especially in the arts, we would sort of give you a pass and forgive that. That's like what this culture is built on. And this is the end of this. Is like, this guy doesn't have anything to offer us at all. He's offering nothing. He even says he doesn't really care about having sex.
Yeah,
that's like not
I feel
what
like
it's about.
He's asexual.
He's not even using his skills for good. So he's He's got a square jaw and some broad shoulders, and he says racist stuff on Kick. That's literally what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. It's crazy. It's honestly insane. Like all these guys, like the fact that like Pete Davidson, that fascination, or 6ix9ine, which are good examples in many ways because we were fascinated. They did take over culture in a pretty real way.
Like, this guy sucks, and I can't stop. Whenever there's a video or a picture or a whatever,
I'm gonna watch it.
I'm clicking on it because it is just such a big red button that I can't not push.
But this is like, I don't really understand where this is gonna go except this guy dying. Because he has no sort of, I just don't, like, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna, like, besides walk in D squared, what's the game here? Like, because at a certain point, the shine will dull and we'll move on to another idiot streamer. That's been the last 5 years of culture in general.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they're just going to take it further and further. What's going to happen next? Is the guy just going to kill himself on camera to get the most views? Like, well, I honestly don't know where this goes. If that's the goal.
I think it's 50% chance he dies soon for whatever reason, suicide or meth or whatever it is. Or he does like a born again, like somebody brings him in and then he does whatever the Pete Davidson version is, whatever the version of getting all of his Mars Attacks tattoos lasered off his body and quits doing meth and whatever. Like,
but I guess what I'm saying to you is that he is merely a vessel.
He's a vessel,
which he knows.
Yeah, because he lacks no charisma, even though he's a Riz master.
He has zero charisma, but I'm saying, like, I guess what I'm saying is, if this is what we're gonna start doing, what is the next? How much more? This guy is pretty extreme.
Yeah,
as far as like bringing nothing to the table and being very popular, and also being like not inventing, but maybe popularizing like a dumb language that is like you hear people say in the street after a week. You know what I mean? Like, jester maxing was not a thing last week, and you'll hear somebody say it at the coffee shop like it's a normal word. So I'm saying, how far do we go? Like, what is the next? Like, what else can people? If racism is completely unshocking now, like saying "Hail Hitler" in a club is just like another thing that happens or whatever. What is what? I don't know where we go. Like, that's what I mean. Like, what more?
I think
how much further can these dumbasses go?
Big Clav realizes that he should have not put all of his eggs in the looks maxing basket, and he should have reserved a few eggs in the gesture maxing basket.
Yes.
You know, he has zero gesture to him.
No,
and that's going to kill you in the end.
It's just like reading the quotes from him in the New York Times is literally like, I know children that are smarter than you. Like, you are dumb as a fucking rock, and no one should ever have to hear you talk. But because of the popularity of streaming, this is it. This is just what people want, I guess. More people are looking at this guy than they are at like actual TV shows or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know, this is as big as it gets from a cultural perspective.
Maybe we are all watching it so attentively because subconsciously everyone thinks that, you know, it's only a matter of days until something really crazy happens to him. So it's like, it's kind of like some random, like, Bret Easton Ellis, The Shards Substack, but happening in real life, acted out by a real person. You know what I mean? Like, every day you open your social media and like, what is going to happen?
Yeah.
When is the day finally going to come, you know, where something really gnarly happens to him?
Well, that's
good or bad.
But that's yes. I mean, yeah, no, you're
like,
right.
oh, I guess he's dating Kate Beckinsale now.
Yeah.
Like, that would be one crazy thing that happens to him on the plus. Or like, you know, spotted at Honey High with Phoebe Bridgers, or, you know, like whatever it is, that would be crazy on one way, light the internet, or at least our corner of the internet on fire. Or the opposite, you know, a video of like Blueface, like making him suck his dick, you know, in a fucking gas station, or, you know, what, you know, like,
yeah, that really is the two ways it goes.
The Rollin' 60s catch him and they make him fucking,
we got Adam,
they run a train on him.
Adam 22 fucking his mom on pay-per-view. It's like,
Adam
how
22 fucks
go?
Clav's mom on pay-per-view.
Dude, it's just so, honestly, sometimes I literally yesterday,
Adam, you got to hit mom for the culture, bro.
I was reading a book and I put it down. I took a break and I was, I was thinking about this, and I was like, man, this is really like the stuff that's going on now is bad. Like I don't like. I'm not even talking about like Epstein shit.
Speaking of the Clav language, I like that. You went from literature maxing to the stuff going on is bad. Come on, Chris.
A great new book by Andrew Martin. It's called Downtime. I put it down on my chest and I looked out the window and I was like, damn, it's worse than it's ever been before. As I put my Eckhouse Lotta pants on one leg at a time, and all I could think about were these fucking bozos and how this is where we're at as far as culture goes. And Jason, I hate to say it, I think streaming's at fault. I think streaming,
of course, that seems like the common denominator, right?
That's what I mean. It really is like you want to say this or that or where they're from or blah blah blah. The common denominator is that you can turn on a camera and people will watch you do anything, and that is that. How could a bar get lower?
And well, I will push back on this because you might have some subconscious anger because the first and second seasons of The Real World, or maybe even Band in a Bubble, the early iterations of let's just put a camera on these people, hit record, and watch them do whatever mundane tasks in their life.
Yeah, no, totally.
It used to be this thing that was really interesting and beloved, and now this is what. This is where we're at. Similar to like the hip hop movement.
Yeah.
It started out with these amazing soul samples and jazzy things and amazing lyricism and powerful protest songs and civic duty and bangers. And now, we have net spend saying just some horse shit on some stuff while people do pills. This is, live reality television. The beauty of Puck in San Francisco riding his,
you're right.
Spitting snot boogers on his fixed gear and eating, bean and cheese burritos. This amazing slice of culture, and it's now squished out. We're scraping the resin bowl with a hot guy who's lifting his shirt up every once in a while.
It never should have gotten this popular, is the thing. Like, that's the thing. That's true about most things, but you're right. I mean, you're absolutely right. Like, I obviously I watch a version of this, but I guess because I watch so much of it, or I definitely have in my life, I feel like it's not I feel like there's guardrails in place, not just because of like network practices, but like there's a team of there's like a team of people making sure that nothing bad actually happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas with this, I think that the like walking up to people in the street and saying something, it just feels lawless in a way that's going to end badly for everyone. Whereas reality TV as an experiment is definitely bad, no question.
Mm-hmm.
But at least when it's Bunham and Murray producing it, there was sort of a level.
The real BM. That's the BM I'm celebrating this season.
That's the real BM. That's the real BM on my Valentine's Day.
The goats.
But I just think that is I think the difference is now that there's no law and there's no one saying, "Hey, maybe don't do that. That could ruin your life." You know what I mean? Like maybe don't say.
But there's somebody saying, "No, do that. Ruin your life, and we'll get rich."
Yes.
But and I guess the other form of reality you're talking about how this is lawless. Let's just, get your one friend who has a camera and make them sign a weird contract, and then you follow them around and they kind of boss you around and you film them just doing whatever, and that's what's going to happen. I think the other form of reality television that you love and cherish is, the Bravo universe, the let's get these people drunk and fighting, where I think that's the real no guardrails lawlessness, where we sign the crazy NDA and then we just get you guys liquored up, you guys yell, fight, and fuck, and then you actually do gnarly shit. And I think we're experiencing the uncanny valley of watching these streamers where it seems lawless, it seems like they're doing crazy shit, but we don't notice that there's 12 bodyguards and the thing couldn't be more cushioned and childproof, and that's why we're upset.
The difference is one is live and one isn't.
Yeah,
that's the real difference. Is that like reality TV,
as far as we know,
is quote unquote real. Obviously, it's not. Streaming, the whole game is, no matter how many bodyguards you got, no matter how many guns you have on you, you're doing that shit like you're doing it live. So anything can happen, as they say.
And live television events where we all come together and enjoy it at the same time are the only real television events that get true ratings, award shows, sports events, those things where the whole world watches all at the same time, and then you go online and see what other people are saying about it. Though that's like, it's not the future of television. It's sort of the only time we all are like collectively viewing something at the same time. So, and it doesn't matter if it's good or not necessarily, as long as it's live and it feels real, and we get that feeling that anything could happen.
No, it's the Will Smith slap. That was like the biggest thing that happened in a long time because it happened live on TV.
Let me get another slap.
And it wasn't supposed to.
Let me get another slap.
It wasn't supposed to. Yeah, I'd rather see that than fucking Clavicular walking a fucking runway show in a wet t-shirt, an epoxy t-shirt, an epoxy button down.
I wish it was a wet
t-shirt.
I'm
good on that. I'm good on that. Well, it was made to look wet, so it's easy.
Sure.
It's easy to get confused.
Yeah, it was impressive work.
Yeah,
good job on the shirt.
Real impressive work. Really. No,
I thought it looked. I mean, I don't know who would wear that shirt, but just artistically speaking, I guess it had a little.
Who would wear most?
Had a little early McQueen to it. I'm not trying to big up.
Sounds like you're bigging up.
Look, I'm separating the art from the artist, Chris.
Yeah, I'm having to do that right now with Evan Dando, so I know how you're suffering.
They got Ev in the little mental facility, huh?
I mean, I'm shocked it took this long for something this bad to happen. I just think that there's people that just have to be sober, and he is one of those people.
Mm-hmm.
And when you start, oh no, I just smoke pot and drink. I don't do heroin or coke. It's like, yeah, but if you got the bug,
don't come for me like that, bro. Don't come for me like that.
No, I'm just, if you got the bug, you got the bug, and he's got the bug. And it was only a matter of time before he did something like this that's just bad. It's bad. And he shouldn't have done it. And I'm sure he's going to, pay the price to some extent. And I just don't, it's really, this has happened to a lot of guys that I like musically. And, I don't think it all necessarily stems from drugs and alcohol by any means, but I think that like it's bad. It's a bummer.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird how some people, like you said, they have to be sober. There's no other way for them to go through life, or else it's just it's only a matter of time until the self-destruction happens.
Yeah.
But then you get a guy, like a Lemmy or a John Daly, famed golf star, where he smokes cigarettes on when he's getting interviewed on television. He drinks like 30 beers a day, and he's just like rich and golfs and just smokes and drinks every day and just lives like a pimp, never gets canceled, never says anything weird or wrong. And then other people, just one night, and then you get Ariel pinked.
I mean, Dando's a tough one because it's been so bad for so long, and I think that drugs, I mean, even obviously people I think drugs people can look at sort of like sympathetically, like, oh, this guy's, he's a drug addict, like we're going to give, oh, it's okay. But when you start doing shit, when it's like becomes sexual stuff, I think people are sort of like, all right, we're out on this. There's a hard line in the sand of right and wrong there. Yeah. Whereas with drugs, it's sort of like you're hurting yourself.
Yeah, there's certain things where it don't matter how or why we got here. We are here, and that's we are out.
I wonder what will happen though, because I feel like it was going well-ish as far as like the career, like playing shows and stuff. But I think it'll be. I think it'll probably go away for a while. Is my guess.
Yeah.
I also wanted to talk about these. I texted you, but there's these. Harry Styles is he's doing his rollout, and the first magazine piece is in the Sunday Times in London, and it's pictures that Martin Parr took of him after the last tour, and Martin Parr has since passed away. And I just thought that's a very nice thing and cool thing to have. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, I saved these Martin Parr pictures. He's no longer with us. Let's do it exclusive for his favorite. I guess that's where he wanted them to go, apparently, or he had mentioned that to Harry. But I love that he the quotes in that story are really funny.
Yeah, I just sent you I just texted you an image where somebody has already made that image their Windows wallpaper background.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great image. It's a great picture.
Que lindo, great picture.
It really is funny that when celebrities talk about trying to, like, after being on tour for 3 years and trying to like slow down and reflect, people just cannot. They just have to make fun of them. like oh you never gotten a coffee before, and it's like I don't think he's being super literal. I think he's trying to say like I hadn't done something like this in a very long time, but we just have and we're part of this too. We have absolutely no, once you're rich and famous, the sympathy is gone. Like people don't care what you're going through. They don't give a fuck. They want the product, and that has been the response to this thing.
Throw being tall on top of that, and
that's what I've seen on this whole.
So people are giving him shit for saying like, wow, it's crazy to like walk down the sidewalk and go get a matcha.
He's like, I've been famous since I was 14 or 15 or whatever. Like, yeah, honestly, it's that crazy.
And different kind of famous, not like, oh, there's like the weird looking kid from Stranger Things, or like, oh, there's whatever. It's like you see him and there's a shriek let out, and then 7,500 women, children, and gays are storming over the horizon like a fucking...
I think Harry Styles' problems are very different than my problems and most civilians' problems. I will agree with that. But I do think that the
blue or the purple Drees loafers today, it's a tough one.
But I will say that I think that the doing a tour like that for like 3 years straight is probably one of the more taxing things you can do as a performer of any kind.
Sure.
Like that shit is gnarly as hell. No matter how nice you're doing it, like no matter how nice the jet is, no matter how nice the hotel is, that will fuck you up. And sometimes you need to go sit and have a coffee with your gay friend in Rome. And I can, on that part, who doesn't want to sit with the gay homie and have an espresso in Rome? I thought that was relatable.
Sounds like a delightful way to spend an afternoon, if you ask me.
That's what I mean. How can we mock that? That seems like a great way to spend the afternoon.
They'll find a way.
Out of touch or not.
They'll find a way to mock anything, man.
That's true. And I mean, we're part of that problem as well. I'm not.
That's right.
I'm not confused on that point. All right. How long gone? We are back next week with some podcasts. We're gonna do we have a party in LA, Them Jeans and DJ Harvey, with our dear friends from Tom of Finland at Silencio on the 26th.
Yeah, February 26th, the Edition in West Hollywood. Come through. I don't know how private or public it is, but I'm not sure anyone can go.
I don't know. That's not our problem.
If you're not just anybody, we will see you there on the 26th. Chris is going to be in town.
Yeah, can't wait.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm there. My flight is booked.
Okay. I'll figure out where we're going to get a little din beforehand, okay? We'll see which jungle curry at night market we're going to get you before we hit the club on Leather Daddy night.
Who was it? I love when people. I love night market, and when people suggest it before anything, I'm like, no, dude, we're not going. You cannot do anything after you eat night market. It just doesn't work like that.
Yeah, your body is perfuming with raw garlic and
it's just not. It's not good for a club.
Macroot lime leaf.
Yeah, exactly. It's not good for a club setting. But we also another episode of How Long Gone After Dark is gonna hit on Tuesday
or Wednesday, TBD.
We're trying to keep it as consistent as possible, so look for it.
Yeah, we've been in the lab cranking out our new little video show situation. So yeah, either Tuesday or Wednesday it'll be out on YouTube, and I believe available on Spotify as well.
Yeah. We're gonna have a new RSS
separate feed for the video on Spotify. So keep those eyes peeled, and then see you in the club. And then when Chris is here on the 26th, we'll probably film some more.
If any venture capitalists, private equity guys are listening, if you want to go in and buy Wasserman with us. It is for sale. So we're trying to put together a group. I just really think it's you got to get it when you can. So if you're interested in that, just hit my email and we'll put our lawyers in touch and we can try to get something going.
Yeah, we're gonna meet up probably this week and get the first seed going. Just kind of get it all whiteboarded out.
First seed. Ari Emanuel's already committed some money just to ruin his enemy.
This was all Uncle Ari's idea, actually.
You already know. HowLongGone.com is the website. Thank you guys for listening. We appreciate it, and we'll talk to you next week.